My non-technical friend was asking me about why people are buying MacBook Minis to run OpenClaw on them. We have a way to not buy MacBook Mini, still have the security measures where we don't have to run it on our own personal laptop, and have it all absolutely free. I was talking to my other friend and he suggested that we use Oracle Cloud. If you don't have an account with Oracle Cloud yet, then set it up. That's step one. Secondly, you have pretty great limits for creating a virtual machine in Oracle Cloud. You can get 24 gigabytes of RAM and 4 CPUs. It's fantastic. Yes, it does split between all the instances in your account, but if you're just creating a single instance just to run OpenClaw on it, that's plenty. There is not quite a catch, but something you need to know. When you create an Oracle Cloud account, it's going to be in free tier. I've tried creating the virtual machine instance with the limits that I thought would be free, but it kept telling me that the capacity for that region has been exceeded. So I phoned my friend again, and he told me that I need to upgrade from free limit account to pay as you go. The free limits would still apply. The difference is when you switch to pay as you go, they ask you for your credit card, and they will also do a temporary hold for just maybe a minute of $100 or whatever, just to make sure that you're not using some gift card you don't care about with no money on it and then accrue a huge Oracle Cloud bill and never pay it. That's what they want to avoid. As long as you create things that stay within the free limit, you won't be charged. Also note that when you upgrade from the free tier to pay-as-you-go account, Oracle takes several hours to do that upgrade. How do you know what's still free though? There are a couple of options. First, you can go to this cost estimator, choose the virtual machine. As you can see, if you choose AMD, it's going to cost us $27. But if you choose Ampere, then you see it's already zero. If we change these things to 4 and 24, it's still zero. And then we can also change this to Ubuntu and it's still zero. Now, that's just for the virtual machine. Unfortunately, we also need to think about storage separately. So as you can see here, it says $8.50, but you actually do get 20 gigabytes for free. So just apply that discount and it's going to be zero. And we will go through the settings once we start creating this virtual machine. Once you have the pay-as-you-go account, you can log in back to your Oracle Cloud portal and then click either create a VM instance, or if you don't see it here, you can search for compute and let's see, go to instances and then click create instance. So we can just name it OpenClaw. I don't think it matters really which availability domain you put it in. So in these advanced options, you can choose between any of these. We'll just keep it as on-demand capacity. Then we change the image to Ubuntu. Well, we probably want the minimal one because we don't want the operating system first take a lot of our space on the disk, and secondly just have a bunch of processes running that distract our CPUs and memory from doing the real work our OpenClaw agent would be doing. Okay, so it looks like, well, it looks like we need to go back to regular Ubuntu because it's incompatible with Ampere. So we'll change the image and just pick the canonical Ubuntu, change shape to Ampere processor. Make sure to expand it here because by default it gives you 6 gigabytes of RAM and 1 CPU. So you change it to 4, it automatically updates the memory, or you can update it. So we click select shape. These advanced options don't really matter that much. What you want is to disable this Oracle Cloud agent. Again, for the same reasons, we don't want something to just run in the background while consuming our resources. So we click next. Now we need to create a virtual cloud network. That's to make sure that our machine can connect to the internet after we create a public subnet. And what's interesting is it says select existing, but also it says required and no match is found. I guess we'll just say OpenClaw VNIC, create new network, OpenClaw network, and then subnet OpenClaw subnet. Cool. You can scroll all the way down to adding SSH keys, and what you want is actually uploading your own public key. And for that, we need to open the terminal and paste this command: ssh-keygen-t ecdsa-b521. Mine says it already exists because I've done that before, but just for demonstration purposes, it asks you for a passphrase, which is optional, but you probably want to set it up. Otherwise, it won't ask you for password when you try to SSH into your virtual machine, which may be what you want or may not be. And then we can see that our public key has been saved here. It typically is very hard to find it using the Finder. So what I usually do is move it to like downloads folder or something. And then we just need to make sure that we also put the file name. Okay, we click drop file or select one, go find it in our downloads folder, select it, and click next. Now, you may want to click view estimated cost, and it says that our boot volume is going to cost $2 a month. I googled it and it says it's the UI bug. So hopefully it is, and you won't actually be charged, and if you do, it's $2 a month. As long as we set up boot volume and block volumes correctly, we should still be within our 200 gigabyte limit, the free limit. So as long as you stay under 200 gigabyte, then you should be fine and not be charged. So as you can see here, it says default boot size is 46.6 gigabytes, which means we can only use 150 gigabytes for our block volume. And the reason we do want the block volume is because whenever something bad happens to your virtual machine, like it dies, then the boot volume goes with it. If you want your work to not be lost, you need to create a block volume which will remain there as long-term storage. What we do is click attach block volume, create a new volume, just name it whatever. Now make sure you select the volume size here. And remember, we do need 150 or less because we already using 46.6 or whatever for the boot one. We will just choose 150 here. You can ignore everything else, just leave them as default and click attach, and that is it. Click next. So now we can just review that we are using what we want, just to make sure. So VM standard A1 flex. Yeah, make sure you're using flex, make sure you're within the limits, and then we need to check the storage. Yeah, so block volume. Yeah, it's annoying that it doesn't tell you, or it doesn't show you, but just to confirm, it's 150 volume size. And then we just click create. Okay, so it says state accepted, but the status is provisioning. It might take a few moments to get it created. All right, it looks like it already succeeded just within 1 minute. Definitely faster than I expected. And as you can see here, it doesn't have a public IP address. And it tells us that we can use an ephemeral one or a reserved one. So it looks like whenever we were creating the instance, we forgot to check the setting to assign it a public IP address, without which you cannot connect to it from the internet. To fix that, you can go to your instance here, click networking, scroll down to attached VNICs, click on its name, and then you can click IP administration. And as you can see, public IP address here is not assigned. So we can click these three dots and click edit, and then just assign a ephemeral public IP. The problem with that is it might change if your virtual machine reboots, but then you'll just go get its new IP and you'll be able to log into it using that way. And as you can see, we now have the public IP for this machine. So let's see if it got updated on the details page. Cool. All right, finally, the last part of this video would actually be connecting to this virtual machine instance. And to log in now, well, from the terminal at least, all you need is the IP address and the username. So what you do is literally open your terminal, type SSH, then your username. In our case, it's Ubuntu at and our IP address, which I am definitely going to blur. So, and then you press enter, and then you will definitely want to remember the passphrase that you provided when we created the SSH keys. Press enter. It also may ask you to like add fingerprint or some crap. You'll just type yes and press enter. It's my second time logging into it, so it didn't ask me for that. And as you can see, we're now logged in into Ubuntu at OpenClaw VNIC. And that's it. Now you can save money on not buying Apple Mini and just using a virtual machine in Oracle Cloud with its generous free limits. That's it. Go enjoy running OpenClaw not on your computer.